Hello students, today we'll be learning about preparation and purification of colloids. Also, we'll see what are protective colloids and the importance of emulsions. Preparation of lyophilic colloids. Lyophilic colloids are nothing but solvent-loving colloids. These are prepared by just mixing the disperse phase in the dispersion medium. First, the dispersion medium is taken and the disperse phase is added little by little into the dispersion medium with constant stirring. For example, if we are preparing starch salt, first the starch powder is made into a paste with cold water. This paste is then added little by little to hot water till the addition is complete. The second example that I am taking is egg albumin salt. How to prepare egg albumin salt? Egg albumin is a protein part of egg. It's otherwise known as egg white, and it is mixed with cold water to get the salt. Egg albumin salt is prepared by mixing albumin little by little with constant stirring into cold water until the addition is complete. Now we come to the preparation of lyophobic salts. Lyophobic salts are solvent-hating salts and they are prepared as a result of chemical reactions. The different chemical reactions used can be double displacement, oxidation, reduction and hydrolysis. We'll see one by one. First, double decomposition reaction. I am taking the example of arsenious oxide with hydrogen sulfide. The products formed are arsenious sulfide and water. And how are they produced? By the simple exchange of the ions. Coming to the next example, sulfur dioxide with hydrogen sulfide. The products formed are sulfur salt and water. Here, if you have a closer look at hydrogen sulfide, sulfur is in the -2 oxidation state. After the reaction, it is converted to elemental sulfur, that is, its oxidation state becomes 0. So the change happening here is -2 to 0, and so it is considered as oxidation. Now take the example of auric chloride with formaldehyde solution. When auric chloride reacts with formaldehyde solution, it produces aurum along with formic acid. The change happening here is auric chloride contains aurum with +3 oxidation state, and after the reaction it is converted to aurum in the elemental state, that is 0. So the change is +3 to 0, and so it is considered as reduction. Coming to the next example, it is ferric chloride hydrolysis. Ferric chloride on hydrolysis produces ferric hydroxide salt. This can be considered as an example of hydrolysis as it results due to the reaction between water. The next method of preparation of lyophobic salt is Brady's arc method, which is also known as electrical disintegration method. This is a typical method for preparation of salts of the noble metals. Students, you know the noble metals are gold, silver and platinum. Normally, when gold, silver or platinum are put in water, there is no change happening in the metals. It doesn't dissolve. If these metals are made as electrodes, and electric arc is struck between the metals kept immersed in dispersion medium, that is water, it forms the salt. This method involves three main processes like evaporation, condensation and dispersion. When an electric arc is struck, the metal changes into vapor. These vapors are in contact with cold water, so it condenses. When evaporation and condensation occur simultaneously, it results in the dispersion of the particles and the salt is formed. The last method of preparation of lyophilic salt is peptization. First, we'll define what is peptization. It is a method of preparing colloid from a freshly prepared precipitate by the addition of minute quantity of electrolyte. When an electrolyte is added to a precipitate, each fine particle of the precipitate absorbs one kind of ion over it. As a result, each and every particle becomes charged. When similarly charged particles come close by, they get repelled away, and as a result, the particles starts drifting away from each other, causing a stirring effect, and the result is a colloid. Protection of colloids. Here we'll be dealing with how to protect lyophilic colloids. We know that lyophilic colloids are less stable than lyophilic colloids. To protect the lyophilic colloids, we add a little bit of lyophilic salts into it. Each and every lyophilic salt particles surround the lyophilic salts and protect it from the attack of the electrolyte. The lyophilic salts used for this purpose are called protective colloids. Purification of colloids. Here we'll be dealing with three types of purification methods: dialysis, electrodialysis and ultrafiltration. Dialysis and electrodialysis. Both these methods use the process of osmosis. What do you mean by osmosis? It is the movement of molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Here we see that through the semi-permeable membrane, the molecules of the ionic particles or crystalloids can move easily, whereas the salt particles cannot. Using this principle, the process of dialysis and electrodialysis is done. Normally, osmosis is a slow process. To increase the speed of it, we are using an applied electric field where the purification is done much faster. So, dialysis and electrodialysis are methods by which we can separate crystalloids from colloidal solutions. The last method of purification is ultrafiltration. In this process, all particles are separated from the dispersion medium using ultrafilters. How to prepare ultrafilters? Ultrafilters are prepared by dipping ordinary filter paper into colloidal solution, followed by hardening it by formaldehyde. What is this colloidal solution? It is 4% solution of nitrocellulose in alcohol water mixture. When the salt particles are passed through ultrafilters, the process of filtration occurs very slowly. And once it is filtered, the colloidal particles are then added to fresh dispersion medium to get the salt. Emulsions. Emulsions are liquid dispersed in liquid. There are two types of emulsions: oil dispersed in water and water dispersed in oil. The first type is oil dispersed in water. We write it as O/W. It is an unstable colloid and it can be stabilized by using emulsifying agents like proteins, gums, soaps, etc. When these substances are added to the solution, we find that it reduces the interfacial tension between the dispersed phase and the dispersion medium, increasing the stability of the colloid. Water dispersed in oil. This type of colloid uses emulsifying agents like heavy metal salts of fatty acids, long-chain alcohols, and lamp black. Another important property of emulsions is that emulsions are diluted by adding more amount of dispersion medium. But if dispersed phase is added in plenty, it results in separate layers, that is, the emulsion loses its stability. Most of the emulsions often have negative charges on it and it gets precipitated by adding electrolytes. Emulsions also can be precipitated by heating, freezing, or centrifuging. Hope all of you got an idea about what are emulsions. Today we have discussed in brief the different methods of preparation and purification of colloids. Try to find out what are the answers for the questions given here.